A Stick of Bubblegum by Simon Leone. Steve couldn't remember why he was there. All he could remember were glimpses. The police, the clock tower, and the urge to steal. He remembered the steel rod he thought he was just small enough to slip under, and that's where it stopped. The ancient carvings on the clock tower were beautiful. He remembered his mother described them as hieroglyphs. He heard a shout and turned to find two policemen stumbling towards him, one obviously drunk, yelling, "You're under arrest!" He started running towards the clock tower. He tripped on an uneven stone and slammed into the door, sending a jolt of pain through his shoulder, but it wouldn't budge. Anxiously, he pushed harder and felt the door start to loosen. Although he was short for 13, Steve was sturdy and strong. Finally, the door opened into a dusty room. He took a fleeting glance behind him and saw the cops 20 feet away and gaining fast. Stumbling over an assortment of books, maps, and various other items, he made his way to the stairs and started climbing. As the police reached the door, he started spiraling up to the top of the tower. Reaching the top of the stairwell, he looked down to see the officials in hot pursuit. He ducked into the mechanical room and gasped. The abundance of gears, gadgets, and levers, all working in perfect harmony, was transfixing. The big hand on the clock face struck the 11, signaling 5 minutes until 12, and 5 minutes until the most beautiful array of lights anyone had ever seen. Hearing footfalls, Steve dove behind two gears in the corner and waited. A few seconds later, two men burst into the room, huffing and puffing. For the first time, Steve got a good look at them. One was significantly shorter than the other. He had a pudgy face and obviously adored food. The other was tall and thin and reminded Steve of a fox, sly and smart. They looked around the room but found nothing. Fishing around in his pocket, Steve found a stick of bubblegum, a plastic spider ring, a broken pencil, and Steve swore under his breath, realizing that the diamond ring that had started his whole mess was nowhere to be found. A minute later, Steve heard the door downstairs close and came out of his hiding spot. Glancing around the room, Steve spotted an orange object, a piece of parchment. It said, "Mail delivery warning card. Do not deliver this card." Though it had no use, he shoved it into his pocket. The clock struck 12 and Steve swung his head around the room, frightened that someone had found him. Finding nothing, he ran to the window. Steve saw a pool of lights, pink, red, green, blue, and orange, dancing and teasing each other like old friends, filling the whole world with light. Filled with joy, Steve failed to spot a single snowflake flutter out of the sky.